All right, so I got to start this over. In 2014, the chicken plant got mad because I got FMLA for carpal tunnel that I got at the chicken plant. They called me in their office. DHR, the human resources, called me in their office with the union for an interview. I just happened to be recording that day. They said, "Well, look, you're fired. We're letting you go. We know you're going to try to get us for you're costing us way too much money on FMLA. Plus, you're going to try to get us sued for carpal tunnel. So we're going to go ahead and let you go now." Well, I had it on recording. Well, I did record it. I recorded it, and when I got fired that day, I immediately filed for unemployment. I kept the audio on it, and I called a lawyer in Birmingham. So, boom. Me and my wife went to see the lawyer in Birmingham. Everything was good. He took the case for 25% of what he got out of the lawsuit for discrimination or workplace unfair work ethics, something like that. Anyway, I'm trying to talk fast because I'm trying to load these videos at a time and tell my story so that way y'all know what's up with me. So anyway, then unemployment called, and I had a hearing with unemployment. They had me on the phone with Wayne's Farm, chicken plant, and unemployment. And me and the supervisor that day when I got fired. And boom, when I played that video, when I played the tape, he didn't have nothing to say. So they gave me unemployment and all that. Well, after that, my life started getting to hell. I started getting gang stalked. Um, People, notifications would be sent out about the community, about me, saying bad stuff everywhere I went. They even caused my wife to turn on me. They put in her head that I was cheating. And my wife is known to be with the Eastern Stars, and she would always say, "Hey, look, I'm with the Eastern Stars. I can have you targeted just like that." And she did. She was part of it. After we went and seen that lawyer, they gang stalked me everywhere. They harassed me, breaking in the house, acting like they were breaking in the house. They would open when me and my wife would be gone. They would open doors in the house and just leave them open, like somebody had been in the house. Like my front door would be wide open, they leave it open, and I know I locked the door when I left. And then I started seeing some little stuff, like my wife starting to be part of it. And that's a long story. They put in her head that I was cheating on her. And I'm trying to think of that movie, Will Smith, something. Anyway, I can't think of the movie Will Smith where they ruin his life and they make his wife think they're cheating on him. Well, that's what they did to me. They made her think I was cheating on her. So she went and told her family a bunch of lies. So, and then she bragged to me about this video called Community Policing by James Harkin and said, "Yeah, that's what I put you in." So if you see that video, it's by James Harkin, and it tells exactly how you get flagged wherever you go. As soon as I hit a community, notifications get sent out saying this and this and this. I don't know exactly what they say about me. They say different stuff. Sometimes they'll claim you as a pedophile. Sometimes they'll claim you as uh, old folk abuser. Sometimes they'll claim you as a very violent, mental unstable person. But they do that though. And that's what they've been doing to me for years. And that's what they done to me in 2014. They ruined me. They were telling all my friends, all my associates, they isolated me. They made up lies, slander campaigns, smear campaigns. They turned my own wife against me. I mean, the first year I was with my wife, we were good. We had sex and everything. I got her nails done, everything, all that. I never cheated on her, and I never would cheat on her. But they put that in her head. And so they got her to play along with the game and put me on the handler list. And I'm going to tell you a story. And this is the last time I seen my wife was 2016 on the interstate on a road. We were going down the road. She was driving. We were going to Council Bluffs to work at this carnival because we had our jobs. She was waiting to get her nursing license back, and I was in between jobs too with Wayne's Farm because I sued Wayne's Farm, so I didn't really have no job. So we went to a carnival just to get away because they kept, like I said, gang stalking, opening doors while I was gone. I would come back home, the door be wide open. My wife would be like, "Wow, that's weird." But she was part of it though. And this is what happened. So we're on the interstate. 5 cars go in the front and 5 in the back. And she pulls over in the middle of them, and they all pull over on the side of the road. and they start coming towards my door. So I pulled a gun out and I had to put it to her head and tell her to drive off. She drove off, and I told her to drop me off. It's the last time I ever seen her. But she does text me, and she has been texting me. She's part of this going on, and ever since then, 2000, and then 2016. All right, that's when I last seen her and didn't listen. So I ended up catching a bus to Springfield, Missouri. I'm getting followed and everything on the bus and all that. So when I get to Springfield, Missouri, the same people that's been following me on the bus are finna get on the next bus. So I wait and pay $20 to renew a ticket to catch another bus. So that night I needed to rent a motel. So this is when my B2K first started. I went to rent a motel. Every time I go rent a motel, I would go in, check in. I'd be like, here, my name's David Atkins. Here we go. I need a room. Okay. They would start getting me a room. Then the phone would ring. Boom. They'd be on the phone. Then they look at me. Oh, sorry, we don't have no rooms for tonight, sir. They done that in like 8 motels I went to straight. 8 motels. I went to 8 different motels in that area straight. Every time they would start doing the same thing, then they get a call saying, oh, we can't check you in, Mr. Atkins. We don't have no no beds available. Well, you just started checking me in. So boom. After all that, I went to the last motel. They turned me down. I said, forget it, I'm giving up. So I walked out and I start hearing my wife laughing and saying, I can't wait to see him get murdered, this and this and this. And her friend Jennifer's saying the same thing. So I start looking around in cars in the motel parking lot because it sounded like she's right there. But really, now I know today it was B2K, and they still make me hear her voice. And she was nowhere to be around. I was way in Missouri. She was all the way in Iowa. And I was hearing her laugh with her friend talking about, yeah, we can't wait to watch him get murdered. Look, he don't know what to do. He can't even check into no hotels. We got him now. All right, so all that starts going on. Then, so I'm walking around with all these things going on, this B2K in my head and stuff. I'm not used to it. So then, boom, an officer comes and he gets out and points a gun at me, tells me to raise my hand. I raise my hands, and I notice my head getting real hot and burning from the inside out. And so the officer said, don't move. But every time I moved, I noticed that if I moved my head a little bit, it would ease whatever was heating me up, making me blind or whatever, making my brain cloudy. So boom, I hear him ask the nurse. The nurse says, you want me to tell you his vitals over a walkie-talkie? So she remotely told them my vitals. So whatever they were doing with me stopped on the side of the road, the more I stood still, the more I was burning inside. It was like they were pointing a weapon at me. And boom. So after she told them my blood pressure and all that, they're like, well, it seems like it's working good or something like that. Then they put me in a nut house for 2 weeks. And I got out of there and went back to Des Moines, Iowa. And I'm going to stop this video here, and because I don't never know when they're going to walk in, and I want to get all these clips because I'm going to start uploading my story. So that was my first time with B2K and Do Weapons right there in 2016. But it started in 2014 with a gang stalking. But as far as the B2K and the Do Weapons, man, I'm talking about when I was in that hotel parking lot and she was laughing, talking about me getting murdered, it sounded like she was right there. I was looking in all kinds of cars, every car for her, because I thought she was really there, but she wasn't. It was B2K, voice to skull technology. Then they hit me with the Do Weapons, like I said, with the police officer making me stand still. The more I stood still, the more my brain was burning on fire. Then he asked the nurse on the walkie-talkie, hey, what's his vitals? She gave my blood pressure and all that remotely through the walkie-talkie. And I wasn't tripping or none of that. This is a real story. So I'm going to continue this later. I'm going to end it right now. I'm just going to call this Story of a Targeted Individual Part 1 because somebody said I need to get my story out. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, I love y'all, and I'm going to continue this and try to rack my brain and get all this stuff correct for y'all. Thanks.